He cooked. What's this here?
Been had black fatigue. Well, nigga fatigue. I love black people. See, it's the difference between niggas and black people.
Oh
you understand?
God.
And what it should be
Here we go, people. Here we go. The difference between
called is nigga fatigue. Because even black people have nigga fatigue. You understand? The ghetto ratchet bullshit. All the ignorant stuff that these
Why is he dressed up like Mario, though? Really?
all right, Mario. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Like, yeah. Why is that? Like, that's crazy, right? Anyway, so no, a lot of people say this, and it's antisocial behavior is the problem.
these people stand for. All the ignorant stuff that these people defend.
Yeah.
All the weird shit that these people say. All the victimization and acceptance of the bigotry of low expectations and all the Stockholm syndrome and all that shit like that. All the random acts of violence that people want to ignore because it's black on black, which they also want to ignore and just say it's proximity crime, but no, it's black on black crime. It's an epidemic.
They're not gonna like this, bro. People are not gonna like this on the internet. They're gonna be pissed. Oh my god.
Black fatigue.
Are they? I mean, I'm not pissed. It's pretty true to an extent, though. To an extent.
Get some real shit, and y'all are getting what the fuck y'all wanted to get when y'all wanted to perpetuate racism, because nobody in America is perpetuating racism but black people. Get out of your neighborhood and out from around all the rest of them.
I think the problem is that this is the issue is that I do think that white people push it too, but the difference is that when a black person does a racism, people try to contort themselves in reasons why it's okay. But when a white person does a racism, everybody is like, "Oh yeah, that's bad." That's really where the that's the problem, and that's what I think gets people mad.
I guess so. But there's more to it than that. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna get into the past, because we've heard it a million times, a billion times about the past of slavery and all that mumbo jumbo stuff. We had time to change things. We didn't, so that's it.
Mad.
Bullshit people that you fuck with to understand the reality of what's going on in the world. And what you will see is that it's people that look like me that's perpetuating racism, because white people don't give a fuck. They not running around talking about what our hairstyles are and you can't wear this and you can't wear that and you can't say this and you can't say that. It's weird, bro. It's weird.
I don't know where this guy lives, but it's never just one way. It's always both sides are to blame. Don't make it seem like it's just black people. It's everyone. Everyone is messed up. Every race, everybody is messed up. Just trust me on this one. But since we're only focusing on black versus white, as usual, like there isn't any other race that does garbage, let's continue.
And it's over.
I mean, as a white person, I haven't really gone around and done that. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I don't think I've done that.
It's over because y'all ain't ready for what you asking for. You're not ready for that race war. While y'all flapping y'all trap and wait.
No one is ready for a race war. For real.
On the white man to give you what you need to jump off a race war. Them white boys in the motherfucking woods doing calisthenics and running drills and shooting and throwing knives and
Exactly.
learning how to live off the land. They ready for that. Y'all not ready for that, bro. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all just talking a bunch of shit, and that goes to show your privilege and how spoiled the black community has become.
Insane.
Period. I don't see no white privilege. That's black privilege everywhere I see. You understand? It's a lot of degenerate shit going on between both races, though. Especially with the Carmelo Anthony thing. That was some degenerate punk
Exactly. Both races, not just one. Yes.
bullshit.
He's right. What kind of a fucking retard goes and defends that shit? Yes, what are you even thinking? What are you doing? Why would you say this? Why would you defend this? Yes, perfectly said. It was some pump bullshit. Yes. Like, and the thing is that he's so unfathomable based. Yes, it's like that Shiloh fucking, whatever her name was, Hendrix girl, calling some black kid the N-word. Like, this shit would have never even popped off. Nobody would have even brought this up. It would have been done and dusted in a day. Nobody would have cared. But it's because of that Carmelo Anthony bullshit that then you had a bunch of white people get together and be like, well, we're gonna raise more money than you did. It's dumb as...
I didn't hear about that Anthony thing. I only know about the lady who said the N-word to that person. But let's continue.
as hell.
He's a coward, period. I don't give a fuck. He's a fucking coward. Justice to all slain children. And as far as like Shiloh Hendrix, she's fucking trash. I'm sorry, she's trash.
Yeah, of course she is.
Oh yeah. What is this? A game? Conquer the unexplored planet. Okay.
You just look, yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. Yeah.
If they want to get behind trash, that's on them. But I don't blame them.
But that's the problem, is that if you want, if this is the problem, is that when somebody who's trash gets supported by one group, then you're gonna have somebody else that's trash that gets supported by the opposite group. Because they say, oh, okay, you want to play this game? Let's play this game. You want to defend this asshole? We're going to defend this other asshole. And now everybody's stupid.
Exactly. It's all a bunch of garbage, dumb people doing dumb things as usual. No goal, just complaining about nothing. Whatever.
That the trash wars, I know. He gets
Trash
the nuance.
wars.
Yeah, this is no. The thing is that the reality is that if you go to McDonald's and you see a guy that looks like this, he's probably going to have these same fucking opinions. If you go to Walmart and you see... This is the way most people think, by the way.
Really? Most people? I don't think most people are that smart, in my opinion.
They just saw a bunch of people who look like me get behind a trash ass person too.
Yeah.
And they just
It makes
tired
people
of
racist. It does.
as anybody
It's
else
bad.
because the racism has been towards them for the past few decades.
Yeah.
But you still want to say it's towards you when it's not. When you have the privilege, you don't even know that you have the privilege. You don't even know that you had reparations. We've been
Privilege? What kind of privilege? Explain.
had reparations. And to tell the truth, the United States does not even owe us reparations. Africa.
The United States ain't gonna pay for nothing, man. Why are people still so focused on that? It's just another distraction. But whatever, continue.
owes our ancestors
You're talking about your lived experience in Texas? People in liberal states actually act like crazies? I am in a liberal state. It's called Austin. You know what happens whenever I go from Austin to California? The price of things goes up. Everything else stays the same. It's more expensive in California, and the weather's better, to be fair. Yeah, it's basically the same city.
reparations. But you want to pass on that because Africa's black people. I think y'all scared of white people. Because it's been many times in the hood where, you know, some white cops did something and then one of you fools came and killed a black person behind it. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. It's time for shit
Okay.
to change. It's time to move forward. Don't nobody give a fuck about no slavery. Don't nobody give a fuck about no past.
Yeah, for real. No one cares about the past these days. It's all about the now.
I think that's the way a lot of white people feel, especially like young white guys, right? It's like they see some guy that they grow up with. It's like something that happened. And the problem, I think, is that there are like residual echo effects and like ripple effects from slavery and like pre-civil rights Jim Crow shit. But it's hard to have a conversation about that in an honest way because everybody wants to think about it from like one angle and that's it. Not really, though?
Yeah, I guess so. It's always about that one angle. The black people are enslaved and are suffering and why white people are so evil. Never thought of, and they really keep on dodging the fact that Africans brought their own people to the white people, to America. Or so they say.
I think that it's personal, but I think that you can get a demographic, you can find a demographic commonality and a demographic trend without necessarily applying it to an individual. Does that make sense?
We have
I need more elaboration on that.
a future, and we not even concentrating on it. Period. I said what I said. Say what the fuck you want to say about me. Get mad, talk shit. I don't give a damn. I want all the smoke because I have black fatigue too.
Let me go ahead and give you an example, right? Let's say
Who comes up with these words? Black fatigue. Man, these people are just so bored.
you're black, you're 35, 34, right? You're my age. Your grandpa probably grew up before civil rights. The probability that he received an education that fully informed and educated him in the usage of the English language is probably low. And growing up in a family that doesn't use English in a proper way and doesn't know how to speak proper English and use grammar and communicate in a way that's efficient, that is going to be a class indicator. And this is also something that happens with white people too. It's not universal, but one of the ways that a lot of people that are like higher class can tell that you're not is the way that you talk, the way that you communicate. And a lot of these people, if you're communicating in a way that is broken English, you're not able to express yourself in an effective way, that is going to be a massive detriment to you as an individual. And what I'm saying is that things, and growing up in a family, this is a generational thing that, of course, obviously it can change in a generation, but when you're starting on the back foot, you can assume that out of 1,000 people, 1,000 families, 1,000,000 families, the ones that have a generational advantage of, let's say, 4 generations are on average probably going to be better than the ones that have a generational advantage of 1. I mean, this is...
Yeah, exactly.
It's pure logic. It like if you're not thinking like this, I don't know what to tell you. Right? It is a problem. And so like these issues do exist. They are legitimate, but they're discussed in dishonest and disingenuous completely off base. Okay, I'm gonna just take. Let me finish this video. You want to type out if you want to type out why you think this is off base, that's fine. But let me go ahead and finish the video first, okay?
This AI transformed my script into a fully illustrated children's book with perfect character.
Children's book AI. What will they think of next? Get that AI book, man. Get it done.
And you can type it out.
And so do the rest of the black people. Tired of it, dude. We tired of y'all representing for us because y'all don't speak for us. Y'all don't think like we think. Y'all don't do what we do. As a matter of fact, you do us worse than you do white people because we're in proximity to your bullshit.
Nope.
I don't know. I said what the fuck I said.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. I think there's a lot of people that feel this way, and it's especially like the antisocial behavior. And I think the problem is that antisocial bad behavior, it's hard to call that stuff out. And I think that like people in America have a hard time calling that out because they're worried that if they do, it'll be perceived as racism. That's the reason why it keeps happening. And that's the problem why it keeps going on. No, I agree with pretty much what he's saying. But like, let me see here.
What he's saying is true, but there is just a whole bunch of crazy in-betweens. A lot of stuff that were not mentioned. But I can't elaborate on that right now. It's too much. and too dark. But you know what the past is, and he said it, Asmongold said it. One generation of people have four generations ahead in wealth compared to the other generations. That should tell you enough. So, you know, this black people are at a disadvantage. But I can understand the guy's point that the complaining is just dumb now, because it's just ridiculous. The complaining about nonsense now, it's without any like goals. It's just complaining. That's all they're doing, complaining without any. Well, I can't even bother to talk about this right now. Jeez, too much. All the time. Black versus white, black versus white. All the time, every day. Never stops, never stops.
We got base culture problem. Black culture promotes broken speaking. It's defended as their culture. But like, has it ever occurred to you that like, and I'm not even saying this is what
broken English ain't no black people thing. Come the hell on, whoever said that in the chat.
I don't know if you can really say black culture as if it's a monolith, right? I don't think that's really fair to say. But let's say it is. Has it ever occurred to you that the reason why that happens is a holdover from the fact that they weren't taught the English in the right way?
Exactly. Who is this crazy person talking about Ebonics is some kind of cultural thing when it was just something that had to happen because they didn't learn the proper language of the time? Well, they lost their own original language to begin with, so there you have it. They shouldn't even be speaking the Ebonics. They would be speaking a whole different language.
Because they didn't have like access to proper education less than 100 years ago? Like how this is a generational thing, urban culture. Yeah, exactly. And also there's plenty of white people that speak broken English too, right? And so no.
Exactly. White people speak broken English too. You know, the country type of white, trailer park type of white. So yeah, it ain't no culture thing.
All right, they did have access? Okay, guys, I'm gonna be real. I don't think that most of the people in this chat want to have an honest conversation about this topic. I think that they just want to go on and on about how it's black fatigue or some
Yeah, you're right.
bullshit. I'm not about that. I think that, yeah, obviously, like, there are issues each race has, sure, right? Like, whatever. But the main fucking thing is antisocial behavior. I'm not going to comment on, like, black people's issues. I'm not black. But I can say for a white person, I think white people have issues themselves. But the thing is that I think that it's antisocial, aggressive behavior that makes people uncomfortable. And if you can't call that out because you're afraid of being racist, you need to look at what the reason for that is and stop blaming it on the individual person. Or sorry, stop blaming it on groups of people. So yeah, that's all I'm really trying to say. And so it's caveman behavior. Yeah, and so like, because people always try to get me to make comments.
True.
On this, because I'm like, I think that I'm probably one of the only people, if not the only person, that talks about this in a way that's not one-dimensional. Like, most people either talk about this like everything about this is totally racist, this guy's an Uncle Ruckus, or they...
Right. That's why I listen to you, Asman. I'm also subscribed. You should subscribe to this guy too.
They talk about this guy, they say, oh yeah, like this is why we need to bring back, you know, like all these things like dog whistle for like, you know, segregation or like racist shit or like Klan shit, right? Like, I feel like I'm probably one of the only people that comments on this and talks about it in a way that's honest. And I'm not trying to glaze myself right now. I'm just trying to say it's the truth. And that's it. The chat's a hive mind right now? No, I know that. Have you noticed there's a lot of people, racist people in chat recently? I'll explain why there's been a lot of racist people in chat. It's actually very simple.
What, racist towards black or racist towards white? Or both?
The reason why is because I discuss race issues. And so, like, if I discuss race issues, you're going to get racist people in chat. That's what's going to happen. And so, like, because obviously if you have conversations about this, you're going to have people that are mad. Why are people so one-sided? Because the reason why people are one-sided is because people think that ceding any ground in a conversation or an argument means that you lose. But the fact is that you do lose if you don't cede ground because you're operating on a false premise. And I think that's the way a lot of these people are happening. This isn't historically correct. The black vernacular actually came from white Southerners carrying over the accents from England. It's not about education, it's historical holdover. Well, yes, but the historical holdover is in the same with the education. It's not like you can't separate the two things. Having a lack of access to education was not something that black people had a monopoly on. There were a lot of white people that also didn't have access to good education. But I was saying, as a proportion, if you look at demographics and percentages, of course you're going to have a higher percent. Like, how do people have such a hard time with percentages? And like per capita statistics, why is it so hard for people to understand this?
Yeah, he's right. Not even I understand it completely, but I know one thing, that every race has broken English in some aspect, not just black people. So, yeah. But I'm not going to say that black people were not forced over here to develop the broken English, just like every other race. So I guess everyone has broken English in their race.
See, we need to get rid of Algebra 2, and we need to replace it with statistics.
Yeah, algebra didn't really do anything for anybody. Then again, why was it even made? What's it for?
And if you can't read a fucking graph, you should not be able to graduate high school. If you don't understand what a percentage of a percentage is, you know, a sample size is, you don't get to leave high school. Or if you do, you leave high school and you go right to the coal mines.
Yes, the coal mines. Work as a slave.
Immediately, and you can't vote. You never vote until you can read a graph. And if you can't read a graph, you ain't voting. That's it. 80-20 rule? It's not even that, bro. Like, it's crazy. And I don't even know what the hell to say, man. People arguing probably didn't graduate high school. Yeah, I know. And blacks don't have a decreased access to education. That's a lie. You didn't listen to anything that I said. And this is the reason why. Actually, you know what? Let's move on. It's very clear that a lot of people in chat are brainwashed. And I think that they're so ideologically captured in one direction with this topic that...
Very true. It makes no sense to talk about this. People are just in their own head. They believe what they want to believe. No matter what, even if the truth comes out, they'll still believe in the lie. That's just the way of life, man. They just want to live in that delusion. But then again, delusion is a part of survival, if you think about it.
It's not even worth having a conversation about, because nobody wants to approach this in good faith. And I'm not blaming the people in chat. It's not you guys' fault. Like, really is like 10 people, 20 people that are doing this, right? There's like fucking 40,000 people in the chat. There's a few people that are bad actors, right? I understand it's not everybody, but like, I don't want to go and talk about this and get into it, because I just feel like on the internet in general, nobody wants to talk about this in a fair way. They don't. It makes me frustrated, man. Misinterpretations and malinterpretations. It's the malinterpretations that's the problem.
Hey, video creator, we know you. For you, it's about more.
AI chicks, man, on a turtle. AI chick on a turtle, man. AI. Yeah. Peace.